It is my great pleasure to now invite our school college captains, Zoe Zusa and Cooper Lee, and vice captains, Chantel Gordon and Corey Martin, to come forward to address us.
Good morning, everyone. Throughout our time spent together at Emmaus, we have created cherished memories while facing many trials and tribulations. It is with utmost confidence that we can admit that without the guidance we've received from beloved staff during the past 6 years of our lives, we wouldn't be the strong and courageous people we are today. On behalf of the cohort, we have many thanks to give to those who have supported us during this journey and aided our maturation from prepubescent teens to grown adults.
Part of the journey is the end. And as we reach the end of our journey at Emmaus, it is important to remember all the lessons we have learnt in and out of the classroom, and to value every memory we have. Once our lives as students cease and we collectively diverge into our own paths, we must use these teachings as a catalyst for change and personal development. Starting off in Year 7, 2015, with our slick-back hairstyles and G-Shock watches, we all walked down the Emmaus Road for the first time, only for us to walk down it the very last time today. As we embarked on our journey, we developed a newfound comfort in what we would be known as our second home here at Emmaus. With the help from our homeroom teachers and Year 7 retreat, long-life friendships were formed and inextricable bonds were created between staff and students. Year 8, 2016, allowed us to build upon these bonds as we started to feel like we truly belonged here at Emmaus. With the addition of Mr. Nastasi becoming our college principal, the school and the community a part of it had the opportunity to prosper and grow with the clear objectives in sight.
"2017 provided us with independence in our studies and allowed us to begin developing our own unique interests. We unlocked our potential to succeed through picking our electives, and a new sense of motivation was universally experienced by our grade. Year 10 allowed us to continue with these subjects and gave us the new and improved title of senior students, giving us an appreciation of the seniors first rule when getting on the afternoon buses and holding the authority to wait inside the halls before classes, even though it was made crystal clear that we had to wait outside when we had class in M Block. Opportunities to be a leader became available through becoming peer support leaders, as aiding our new Year 7 cohort became an ode to remind us of our journey and how close it was to finishing. We began to fit the shoes of the authorial seniors that we looked up to for years. For many of us, this journey already ended, as fellow peers had picked up trades and started to forge their own path in life. 2018 provided many of us with the most important lesson of them all: to cherish every moment we have together as it was coming to an end. In conjunction with the more responsibilities and independence that was provided, our memories carried throughout our adolescence were shaped during this pivotal year.
Along came Year 11, and many new privileges coincided with this. As young adults, we were treated with much more maturity and freedom. It is this change of tide that allowed academic and social excellence almost instantly. Our learning environment has evolved from simply a classroom to a catalyst to pursue dreams and begin to build foundations that will shape who we are as individuals. All subjects undertaken are not simply mandatory, but chosen to morph each student into understanding their desires and who they want to be. Year 11 came as quickly as it left, as only having 3 terms felt like a fast-forward version of school. Putting a pause on this fast forward was seeing the previous Year 12 students walk down the Emmaus Road for what would be the last time. This really aided in placing things into perspective, as 12 months separated our own venture down the Emmaus Road. To conclude our stay at Emmaus, our conclusion of school has nearly finished. However, 3 letters stood in our way: HSC. Year 12 is the beginning of the end for our student life at Emmaus 2020. It was perceived as going to be the greatest, most memorable year of our lives, and it has lived up to this title. However, in our circumstances, the staff versus student games were replaced with remote learning, and our steps as a collective cohort into our last year of school were taken 1.5 metres apart. For many of us, the HSC will be the most stressful time of our life, and yet we have the hurdle of overcoming a global pandemic accompanying it. So we'll face with a moral dilemma of using COVID-19 as an excuse. But rather than be subdued by this, we prevailed. We have been so harshly conditioned by factors out of our control, and attempting to complete the HSC under these conditions created a massive hill we had to overcome. But we didn't stop. We kept climbing. We have only strengthened from these experiences, and whilst they have been far from ideal, in a world so engulfed with negative emotion, it is essential that we seek out positives. Diamonds can be only formed under immense pressure. And looking back on our final year together, I'm not going to remember the stress nor the hardships, but I'll remember the diamonds that we formed as a result of it. We must subvert from the negative connotations that COVID-19 has provided us and recognise the resilience and patience we maintained throughout the year. As a year group, we acknowledge that this year was going to be different as the first local outbreak began. We acknowledge that it would require vast amounts of self-discipline and courage to push forward so we can create those diamonds and sit the HSC. Through our ongoing dedication towards our education, despite the adversity we faced, we have been provided with a wealth of knowledge and experiences that individuals our age typically wouldn't encounter.
As much as we would prefer to have the traditional Year 12 experience, we need to be humbled by the insight that COVID-19 has provided us with. It has launched us into a new level of maturity and only strengthened our skills of communication. It highlighted the importance of cherishing every memory and creating our future a place we want to visit, since we are all journeying into it together. It is with utmost confidence that we can say that COVID-19 has allowed us to be better. It has allowed us to see any other challenge we will face in life as a small stepping stone rather than a hurdle. However, this mindset would have not been possible without the support from our class teachers and our homeroom teachers, as well as Mrs. Waring, Mr. Roberts, Mr. O'Connor, Mrs. Else, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Bowd, and Mr. Nastasi. Throughout an already challenging time, these individuals ensured that our year group was provided with the best possible outcome. They consistently surpassed our expectations and the entitlements of their role through their support. The HSC workshops during remote learning, the wellbeing seminars on coping with COVID, providing us with morning tea or simply just listening to our concerns has all made this experience significantly easier to manage. On behalf of the grade, we sincerely thank you all for your ongoing support and dedication towards your role in this community. It truly would not have been possible without it. We are forever grateful to have encountered individuals within the staff at Emmaus that are so deeply concerned about our wellbeing and have created everlasting bonds with us. We will carry your wisdom with us for the rest of our lives. Thank you for guiding us through an already difficult time period and making this year the best it possibly can be. Most importantly, we would like to thank our parents for the guidance they have shown throughout the entirety of our lives. As bittersweet graduation is for us, we must acknowledge how difficult yet rewarding this journey may have been for them. From watching our first steps in life and at Emmaus to becoming our teachers during remote learning, they truly have experienced each and every victory and tribulation with us. During this whole chapter, our parents have passionately and selflessly supported our school journey. Words cannot fulfill the deep thanks and love that our parents deserve for dealing with our countless mental breakdowns, worries and anxieties with our journeys, as well as still making our school lunches every day despite that we're in Year 12. Thank you for the unconditional support and effort to ensure smooth goings along the way. We love you dearly, and although we may not show it or say it enough, it is fair to say that our fruitful journey would not have been possible without you. To the 2020 Year 12 cohort, we've had a good run. You don't get to pick your year group, and we have all come to learn that we wouldn't change what we have got. Each individual person is a string woven together to create a fabric that is enriched in resilience, compassion, and wisdom, which encases our year group. The experiences we have had together are all permanently embedded in our memory, and upon glancing across the room, I see people who are fragments of who I am today. We would like to thank each and every one of you for being a part of each other's lives, and wish you all success for the future. Thank you.
I would now like to take this time to represent the entirety of Year 12, as I mentioned 3 significant individuals who all share responsibility for allowing us to develop into who we are today. I'd like to ask Mr. Murphy, Miss Bowd and Mr. Nastasi to come up on stage. To Mr. Murphy, We present to you this gift on behalf of the whole Year 12 cohort, your cohort. It is no secret that being a leader of wellbeing is no simple task, but with challenges come development and self-improvement. Just as you have aided us in moving forward as adults, I hope that we have helped you in further understanding your importance and significance you have to this Emmaus community. Please accept this gift as a reminder of our memories paved on these school grounds. To Mrs. Bowd, beginning your Emmaus journey the same day as we did helped in creating an inextricable bond that will outlast the testimony of time, even after our Emmaus chapter closes. Your dedication to wanting us to achieve our true potential is a true indicator of who you are as a person. Please accept this gift as a representation of our time we shared together. Finally, a selfless man who I can honestly and wholeheartedly say genuinely desires the best for all of us. It is no secret that recent times and circumstances have presented difficulty and stresses, but rather than take the easy option and cancel all plans, you didn't. You gave up your time for the sole purpose of giving us a chance to make more memories, a chance to solidify relationships, and a chance to say a proper goodbye. Your efforts do not go unnoticed, and they are greatly appreciated. It has been an honour to not only call you a principal, but a friend. Mr. Nastasi, please accept this gift as a memento of the class of 2020. May it forever remind you of your gracious efforts that you nobly demonstrated to us. This is a true indication of your self-worth and your spiritual value. Thank you.